Hello explorers and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna talk about a free resource that you can use in order to either learn HTML, JavaScript and CSS, or you can use it to freshen up your knowledge or perhaps introduce someone to coding. This is a resource that will give you a lot of material and challenges so you can learn to code HTML and CSS and JavaScript. And it's also a good resource if you want a project to try out your skills with. And maybe you can use these projects even in other languages if you want to learn them better and so on. What I really like about these resources is that you get one of these quotes: "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible." And this is a really nice quote. And as I said, that if somebody gives me a challenge and they say that this is really hard, probably impossible, but can you take a stab at it, then I'm engaged, because I really like to solve things that are really hard and working in a team and really try to work something that solve something that is really hard is so fulfilling if you actually find a solution to it. So if we go to the curriculum here, we can see that we actually get into a coding editor right off the bat. We see some result over here, we see some code here, and then we see what we want. They want us to do in this window over here. You can change sizes of these if you want some more view of the code and perhaps less of the output and so on. So you can switch these around, and you also get some output from your JavaScript down here. So I'm gonna do a few of these just so you can see how these are built and how these are structured. Many of these examples are quite simple if you have done HTML before, but I found that I actually learned stuff by doing these, because all the different small nuances of HTML might not be obvious to you. You can have written a lot of HTML, but you can have missed some things that maybe is very simple, maybe it's very crucial, or maybe it's just a thing that you haven't even thought about. So let's see here. You can use anchor elements to link content outside of your web page. Anchor elements need the destination web address called an href attribute. They also need an anchor text. So here's an example. Then your browser will display the text. This links to freecodercamp.org as a link that you can click, and this link can take you to that web address. Create an element that links to freecatphotoapp.com and has cat photos as its anchor text. So let's copy this and let's put in this anchor text here and the href. And as you see, they actually give you some help in creating these. This editor is quite nice as well. And here we want to write cat photos. And you see that you actually get the link down here. It actually shows you, even though that you haven't written everything yet, it actually shows you something in this editor over here. So it's always updating. So let's see here, we can run the tests, see if we solved the issue. We actually got this working. So now we can go on to the next solution. Here we can support them if you like. You can go and give them some money to support their work. CodeCamp is totally free, but of course, if you're using it a lot, you might want to give them some help to keep the servers running and so on. So let's continue here. Anchor elements can also be used to create internal links to jump to different sections within a web page. To create an internal link, you assign the href element to a hash symbol plus the value of the ID attribute for the element that you want the internal link to. Usually further down the page, you need to add the same ID attributes to the elements that you are linking to. An ID attribute that uniquely describes an element. Let's see here. Here we have an href. It got an ID, and then we have an anchor tag up here that actually leads down to this. When the user clicks the contact link, they will be taken to the section of a web page with the contact's header elements. Change your external to an internal link by changing the href element to footer and the text from cat photos to jump to bottom. Okay. So we want to change this here to an footer, and we want to change this to jump to bottom. And we should remove target blank. So that's one thing that I want us to do. Since it causes the link document to open in a new tab. And then we need to add the ID to the footer element down here. So let's add an ID footer. There we go. And I think they wanted this to be that like this, just so you can jump to the bottom here. So if we click this, now it's open that site. So it actually hadn't updated that. So let's see, is it, now it's footer. It still opens a new site. Let's see here, have we done something wrong? Href, hashtag, and the footer element, and then we put this down here. Doesn't seem to work. Run the tests. Test completed. Okay, the text should be jump to bottom. Okay, so we need a large B there. Let's try it again. Jump to bottom, not button. There we go, and we have solved that challenge as well. Shall we do one more? Let's do one more. You can nest links with another text elements. Here's an href link to code that you can follow, so you can write it inside of text. Let's break down the example, normal text, and then you have the anchor tag, and then the target anchor tag specifies that you want to open it in a new tab, and the href goes to a specific site. So you can see here that we inside of the text we have written here's a, and then we have the specific link, and the text here, link to freecodecampus.org, will be shown as the link in this page for you to follow. So you can nest it in the sentence, so you have the link inside of a sentence. So what do they want us to do here? Now nest an A element within a new P element just after the existing main element. After the existing main element, the new paragraph should have the text that says view more cat photos, where cat photos is a link and the rest of the text is plain text. Okay, so here we need this P element. We should have and that. Let's see here, we want to view more cat photos like that, and this should be the link that we want to use, I guess. Do we want it to be after the existing main element? So it should be outside. Run the tests, and we did it! Yay! So and there we have that again, support the non-profit. I think this is a quite nice site, and I really like that they have it all integrated into the site, that you can go through and do a lot of examples. So if we go back to the main page here, you see that now we have done 12 of 1408 coding challenges. So there's a lot more to go before you have seen everything that the net has to offer. I find that I go through it and I know a lot of the concepts with HTML, but some of them I might have just seen tangentially, and I haven't really worked with them, so I don't really know exactly how they work. For instance, the example with anchor tags, I have seen them used in sites, and if I wanted to use an anchor tag and someday, I would have looked up how to do it, but I didn't really know exactly how the concept was actually used, and that you could use an ID anywhere. The examples that I have seen is that people put anchor tags with IDs on the place where you want to end up, and then you have an anchor tag that sends you there. I didn't know that you can put that ID anywhere in the HTML on any element. So that's good to know, and things that you learn new things every day. So I hope that you find this resource interesting. I hope that you found this video interesting, and I hope that you try this out, or that you suggest it to a friend that want to learn more coding. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends and colleagues. If you want to see more things like this, where I find some resource and talk about the usage of this resource, then leave me a comment down below. Or if you don't want to see it, leave that comment as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And I really hope to see you in the next video.